because you was building off of the insecurities of Black women and their hair. That's what it always has been about.
Trust that exactly where you are is where you're meant to be. So keep your chin up so your crown doesn't fall. Remember, you're royalty.
So, hello, family, and welcome to this live broadcast. I am so happy to have you. Thank you for waiting for me to join in. I hope that you like this new intro. Now, this is going to be a conversation that we have as a carry-on conversation to one that I have been having with you guys for years, right? And it is about inflammation, about putting oils and butters on the scalp, and whether or not it's something that is supposed to happen. And in 2024, right? At the end of 2024 now, we now have seen very, very clearly, without debate or rebuttal, the type of scalp inflammation that women are having. So we're going to jump right into this. I'm going to break some things down for you, and then you guys will watch me unpack these things so you can see why I am as passionate as I am about everything. A lot of you are new here to my channel, but if you're new here and you think that like I'm just hopping on the bandwagon with everybody else, no, go back on my channel. I have been talking about these things for years. All right. So let's hop right into this, you guys. This is something that I know that you guys are. I am going to be using Mielle Organics as an example, but this is in no way, shape, or form all 100% about Mielle Organics, their company, or anything, because they are not doing anything different than everybody else has always done. And these are things that I have literally been telling you guys for over a decade now.
Hi, my name is Monique Rodriguez, and I am the CEO of Mielle Organics. I started this company by going on my own natural hair journey and discovering, my natural hair. I would make my own products. I did a lot of research, a lot of trial and error, because I would go in the aisles and see so many different products, and what I saw was a void of relatability. And I felt that, there are other women that probably felt the same way that I felt, and I felt that that was a void that I can fill. I want to empower women that look like me, women that can see themselves in me, and to see that, where I came from, to just look at my whole journey and where I'm at now, and for them to look at me and to say, wow, if she did it, I can do it, and you know what, I can do even better.
So this is something that's been a topic of conversation for years, for decades, and for so long. Anytime a cosmetologist like myself says anything about it, right, we are as haters. Like I said, what the kids like to say now, we are hating, we don't want to show love to people, we don't want to see people win. Well, in reality, there is another world, there's another layer as it pertains to the hair industry I know nothing about. Literally, absolutely nothing about. And for that reason, it makes it really, really difficult for anybody like me to be able to share any type of information with anyone, because you are automatically put in the category as a hater whenever you say things, right? So from the outside, it looked like, okay, this woman is here to, or not even this woman per se, but yeah, we're going to talk. I'm using her as an example. The woman who started everything, everybody's looking at her like, oh my gosh, she's such a great example. I'm looking up to her. But in reality, how somebody's family looks, if whether or not they're married to the father of their children, if whether or not they're a Black woman or not, has nothing to do with the human hair structure. It has absolutely nothing to do with the hair's follicle. Absolutely nothing to do with the amount of bacteria or the yeast that you are feeding or unfeeding in the scalp. So the thing is this, when we have conversations like this, right? If we all sit down and have accountability right now, everybody started following this woman just simply based on what she had to say. Oh, well, I was in the beauty supply store and I just don't see myself represented. As I walk through, I don't see myself represented. I'm sorry. When I've been shopping in Cosmoprof, a lot of people ask, what does Cosmoprof mean? What is Cosmoprof? What does Cosmoprof mean? Cosmoprof stands for cosmetology professionals. That is what Cosmoprof stands for, right? Cosmetology professionals. So you have to have a cosmetology license to go in there. But moreover, right, some of the same products that are available in Cosmoprof, you can get on Amazon, right? Link in the description box for my playlist on that. But when we are talking about hair products, there has never been a shortage of hair products for Black women. It's never been a thing, but they played on your emotions because that's the easiest thing for them to do with Black women. If they can say, all right, well, I'm a Black woman winning coming up. They don't have enough stuff for us. They don't have enough stuff for us. We don't get enough. We need more attention. They don't make products specifically for us. They include us in product selection like they do with everybody else. We want to be singled out. Why aren't they singling us out? What's going on? Why aren't we being singled out? That is what happened, right? And what ended up happening was women in Team Natural, and the women who ran Team Natural are the women like Mielle, which not I keep saying Mielle, but her name's Rochelle. Are women like Rochelle, which we're gonna unpack it all, and I'm going to give you proof really quick. Just give me a second. And it turned Black women into attackers of self. Nobody attacks Black women like Black women attack Black women, but you all did it under false pretense. They made you all have this type of mentality to sell you products, and for no other reason, because as soon as their plan works and then they elevate it, they end up selling the brand off or selling the business off to somebody else. So these are things that y'all have to think about, because for the last 12, 13, 14 years, Black women have been in the sunken place where let me tell you something. I am not saying anything different today than I was saying 10 years ago. I am not talking any different today than I was talking 10 years ago. I'm the same sin. The thing is, like I've been saying for the last decade, everything works until it doesn't. I have patience. It's finally stopped working. This comment says, you are highly intelligent. Thank you. Years ago, I thought you were wrong. When I stopped blow drying and straightening my hair for a year, it got so brittle. Then I tried your way and my hair healed and grows like crazy. Keep teaching us, girl. Detroit born and raised me. Oh, hello. How are you? Proud of you. Period. Listen, thank you, baby. I appreciate it. But the thing is, I've known this since day one. I've known all of this since day one. Behind the social media, because the social media post, that is the end result. That's the last stop. I've already made up my scam. I've already made my products. I've already made the plan by the time it hits social media. So y'all seeing it once it hits social media, thinking that what you see, what is presented to you is reality. That's not reality. That's what they presented to you to get your money. And the people like me have been behind you saying forever, like, stop it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. So right now, this is from somebody who used to work for Mielle Organics. Let's get into it. I used to work for them in 2022. It's crazy this shit is coming to the surface. We were told not to address any of the backlash that they got when people have formula questions or questions about their hair falling out. I guess they just wanted to address it themselves to cover their own asses. I tried to always be truthful with the customers and tell them what worked and what didn't. At the end of the day, At the end of the day, this is just like most businesses. They only care about themselves. Also, as someone who has been natural for 10 years and my curly hair touches my waist, all that extra stuff she's selling, you do not need. You do not need that to grow long hair. Cosmetologists like myself have literally been screaming it for over a decade now. To the point that the majority of cosmetologists have had to step away from behind the chair because we have seen things that you guys have not seen. We've been a part of conversations that y'all don't even know are going on. These are the things that are so important for y'all to understand. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and watch a woman who started exposing Mielle Organics years ago, right? Years ago. And then the thing about exposing, I don't even like that word. Oh, canceling, exposing. I think it's whack. You don't like a product no more, don't use it. But my whole thing is this. She wasn't just exposing, oh, I don't like the product line. What you are about to watch is her verbally say what I have been telling y'all for over a decade, that this whole Team Natural shit, all of these Camille Rose, Mielle, all of this Team Natural stuff, they are all in competition with each other. These are all women who were playing in their kitchen, making up hair products, and then competing with each other to sell them to y'all. And y'all fell for it. Y'all absolutely fell for it. So let's go ahead and unpack some more, right? Because I'm sorry if it makes anybody feel away, but this is the truth. It helps you to be very, very realistic with what you are expecting from these brands. Because most people are very, very unrealistic about what they are expecting.
Monique, we meet again. We sure do. 4 years later, who would have thought? Who would have thought? Melvin, who would have thought? The guys would have been down to the TikTok dragging your wife on by her little pink mittens and throwing her every which way but down. They not letting her loose. I don't know if they're grabbing her by the roots of her hair or the shaft. I don't know. Can you tell it us? I heard that they down to the TikTok cussing your ass on out too. But when I got on my channel, when I got on here, I wasn't in front of the white refrigerator. This probably a little too project for y'all nowadays, huh? This a little bit too project, oh well. But when I got on my channel 4 years ago, spoke my truth about your product, Monique. Melvin, don't worry. I'm about to address you again. I got on my channel. I spoke my truth. You came attacking me down for my character. Meanwhile, on YouTube at the time, they had a plethora of other women that was coming out saying that the products was trash, throwing the products down to the floor, literally calling you by name, first and last name, and saying how much they didn't like you on the products. But out of everybody, product review, you chose mine. You made it personal because you know personally I've been spending money with you for years. And every time you used to come down to New Orleans for pop-up shops, I would be there. I would go out and I would support you when you used to come to the city I was residing in at the time. And I took everything that you used to do with your brand intentionally. I was like, wow, look at this black woman who then came from Chicago, who had a dream, who had aspirations, who definitely knew that she wanted way more than what the eye could see. And when I saw that fire and that passion in you, I said, you damn right, I'm going back up. Because this
Now, I just wanted her to say that part. We're going to move on to a little bit more detail, but I wanted you to hear her say that because for one, my channel is all about accountability. If you sensitive or easily offended, this is not the channel for you, like for real. But if we have a moment of accountability, we can all be honest and say that the main reason why across the board Black women have been supporting this brand like nobody's business is because it was emotional. It was emotional. It was like, okay, she a Black woman, she doing this, she doing. Forget that. Forget that. What are we talking about? We're talking about hair. This is business. And the reason that black brand after black brand after black brand after black brand gets broken down is because y'all fall for the riffraff every single time. Every single time. And then they do this same song and dance that she about to tell you about. And then the next thing you know, it went viral. And in the video linked in the description box below, I made a video that talked about the easiest way why Black women are the easiest women to manipulate out of their money. I made a video all about it. I'll leave it in the description box below. But these next parts that we about to get into is going to explain to you exactly what I meant by Black women being the easiest to manipulate. As soon as you get done watching this video, go watch the video that I recorded a couple of weeks ago about why Black women are the easiest to manipulate. I saw and filmed that video before I even knew that this woman existed. Okay. So let's get back into it because it's so blatant, but y'all have been so blinded by rage and all of that y'all haven't been able to see nothing.
to be the top, just the top dog within the natural hair sector was literally starting to drive you. So much so, I remember when I started slowly paying attention to your character, I started seeing how you thought you was going to be better than Courtney from Main Choice. Then I started to pay attention how you was treating Rochelle from Alakay Naturals.
Yeah.
And her brand was already in Target. Then I started to pay attention to the relationship that you was having with other women like Pam from Calls by Nature, as far as how you was navigating in the sector behind.
Now, real quick, do you understand? Use your own common sense. Do y'all understand? Black brands, these are all a bunch of women who all fell into the same team natural brand brainwash and found the opportunity to make money off of y'all, and y'all all bought into the same shit. They was all in competition with each other. I need y'all to understand this is, as a cosmetologist, this is our industry. They're selling products in our industry, regardless of what it is. And then as they were selling products, as they sold this narrative for them to make the type of money that they done made off y'all, for them to make the type of bands that they done made off y'all, they have to make look like the whole time they've been in the background with this cat BS. This is the shit that we've known about the whole time. That's why every time y'all ask me, what do I think about Shea Moisture? What do I think about all these Team Natural products? I instantly get an attitude because I see things that y'all do not see. As a cosmetologist in the field, we see things that the consumers do not see. Peep game. The most of these women that's selling y'all hair products, they're not even in the cosmetology field. Let's get back into it.
Closed doors. You had to be the top girl. And I really was thinking, I was like, maybe Monique is going to grow out of this. Then I started to peep game on how you put one of your girlfriends on. I believe, I'm not even going to call her name. I believe, no, matter of fact, her name was Alexis from Unicurl. She got on some kind of way. She got in Sally's and and that was your girlfriend and her products, literally. Did not stand the test of time in Sally's. And I'm just like, well, if Monique have all of this success and that's her best friend, why is she not grabbing her best friend by the hand and telling her best friend, look, we could both get this money. We could both do this. What was this hair care thing becoming for you? People were saying, Linda, get on your channel and talk about the P&G. I'm not worried about the P&G. All of this has literally, for all of these years, you came at me because I called you out on your character. And I feel like I'm the only content creator that can go toe to toe with your ass and tell you that you have some really nasty ways about yourself. You are the definition of nice, nasty. When I made those videos, I wasn't coming at you to be nice, nasty. I was coming at you with authority and with truth because I said, you know what, this woman could handle the truth. You know why? Because I knew it took you a lot of, oh no, Monique, this is not going to work. No, Monique, no, we got to try this. No, Monique.
It's JCPenney's fall fashion event. More fashion, bigger savings. JCPenney, make it count.
No other state is like Nevada. I'm Nevada's Secretary of State, Cisco Aguilar. In my office,
I thought you could handle a couple of no's. But then when I started to see you was a woman that loved to be surrounded by a tribe of yes men and yes women, I said, oh, that's why she coming on at me. And there's also my accent. I don't know what it is about you, but it's something about me you can't take. And you don't know how you use. I even was supporting you when you dropped your multivitamin. Monique, bruh, I really was doing this for you. You even reached out to me like in the summer, like 2016, somewhere around there. If I could pull an email, I'll pull that email up and I'll put it on the screen, baby girl. You reached out to me to work with your brand when y'all was gonna come out here to Louisiana, to New Orleans, matter of fact. You know me. Like, come on now. And I do want to say this about your character. The natural hair community, especially here on YouTube, that's why I'm going to talk about YouTube and IG. YouTube and IG. The girls that was really carrying your brand on their backs was the ones that literally helped build you. They didn't help humble you. They helped build you. We was pouring into you. Self-consciously pouring into you. You know why? Because you was building off of the insecurities of Black women in their hair. That's what it always have been about. Their insecurities. Not every Black woman wants long and luscious hair, but that's all your products was really catering for. Long, luscious hair. And now when we see how all the growth oil and all of that, then the woman wants long and luscious hair, but that's all your products was really catering for. Long, luscious hair. And now when we see how all the growth oil and all of that, then literally made people hair do whatever the hell they saying is doing, because I'm not even going to touch on it. I'm about to revert you back to what I'm about to talk about. The girls was telling the truth back then, and then they telling the truth now. But when you built your products off of the backs of natural hair influencers for a few coins, I started to see how that started to boost your ego even more. And I can honestly say the natural hair community here on YouTube, even on Facebook and even on IG, we helped build you. We helped made you the monster that you are now because of your greed. And when the natural hair influencers, I don't even have to get on here and call no names. I'm pretty sure they're watching. That was supporting you. You flying them here and there and all over the world, and was going out on places supporting your ass. And then you turn around and literally kick them guns in the ass with bounce checks, deposits that wasn't even depositing, because you ain't had the coin. And this is before the P&G. This is the Hawaiian and ginger collection. when you had all the girls running on down to the IG behind a few dollars in PR boxes, because you had all the girls going crazy. I don't know what you was paying them. That ain't none of my business. But word did got back to me. And the girls were saying, oh, I done went and put all of my hard work and my effort into doing this product review, this 30-second, 1-minute product review for Mielle. And I get the check and the check bounce. They're telling the girls at the bank that the check bouncing. And of course, a lot of the natural hair influencer girls that have the checks that bounce, they ain't gonna say a word. And they don't have to. I'm here to talk fun. I'm here to talk fun. And that's when all them $7 sales started to come in, I guess for tax write-offs, but that ain't none of my business. Because we knew all along you was gonna sell the company. And congratulations to you, baby girl. I hope you got what you wanted, because you wanted to be on top. Higher than Courtney. Higher than Rochelle. Higher than Janelle from Camille Rose. And I knew you did, because once you got what you wanted to get out of the natural hair influencer everyday girls that had their lives in order and was making their content 2 and 3 times a week and was making their coin, making their dollars and stuff like that, you were bust down to the Instagram and the TikTok to endorse all kinds of celebrities. All kinds of celebrities. And should we call names? Right after the whole shindig went down with me, you went to running your ass to go build a relationship with Toya Wright to be petty. To be petty. That's what your ass went and did. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, you did. And it was intentional, because you knew at the time where I was living in. All right, in the New Orleans area, baby girl. So the whole thing about it was you was always trying to get your get back. You blackballed me. I had brands that literally knew you, brand owners that knew you. And you done told these people, don't work with Linda, or whatever you went and shushoed and told these women and men. You and your husband. I don't know what y'all be cooking up on over there. I don't know what tree limbs y'all swinging from, swingers, but y'all definitely went and told some folks, oh, don't work with that one right there in black.
Now that you've seen that, do we really need to keep talking about this? When we are on social media, when we're on YouTube, and why do y'all really think that these girls are going out here and buying all of these products? Every time Mielle or Camille Rose or all of these different Team Natural brands, every time they get a new product, all your favorite Team Natural people got it. Do you think that they're going out and buying this shit with their own money? She just said it out of her own mouth. She's one of the people that was getting the checks. Y'all have been bamboozled, and I've known it the whole time. Other cosmetologists like myself have known it the entire time. But nobody listens to the cosmetologists, because apparently we're haters. Apparently we're only saying it because we're jealous. There is no scientific background to any of this Team Natural stuff, to any of it. For years, they have been manipulating y'all. For years. And year after year after year, like literally every 6 months, there's a new product and a new hack and a new thing to try in your hair. And then everybody does it. No questions asked. I have been experiencing tenderness in the middle of my hair since I was 16, 2020. And I didn't laugh, but I need y'all to understand that y'all lack of accountability and y'all quickness to jump on the hottest thing smoking, it messes with the younger generation. And then it's just gonna snowball. And before we know it, if people like me aren't around, our daughters aren't gonna be, they are all gonna be bald before they hit 30. I've been experiencing tenderness in the middle of my hair since I was 16, 2020. And the hair at my crown doesn't grow that well. The last few weeks, I was applying a scalp conditioner slash oil to my scalp daily to promote growth, and a lot of it. I started feeling a lot of pain in my scalp, but continued applying the product. Fast forward 3 weeks later, all of the hair in the middle broke off. Now, when I comb my afro, I have a hole in the tiny hairs in the middle of my hair, and I'm only 20. I showed my mom my hair, and she told me just moisturize every day. I wish I saw this video earlier, and thank you for the info. Y'all, these are young girls getting alopecia at 16 years old. I had a client whose daughter had alopecia from putting oils and greases and using cameo rolls and all of these team natural products that y'all keep following up behind, that is causing y'all massive alopecia. Nothing goes on the scalp but shampoo. We've been saying it for years. As it pertains to Team Natural, it has absolutely nothing to do with hair growth. It is about vanity metrics. Oh, when Black women, I started the company because as a Black woman, I wanted Black women to see themselves. I'm sorry, when I go into Cosmoprof, I don't see a race of any woman. There aren't pictures of anyone on a bottle, nor is there anything about anybody's ethnic background on any product. So why do Black women feel like they have to be segregated? Why do Black women feel like, oh my God, like I'm a Black woman, so even though nobody else's picture is on the bottles at the beauty supply store, put our pictures on the bottle. Put on this bottle that is for Black women. It is absolutely ridiculous. And they made the shit up. They made it up. Because peep game, when I first got into the cosmetology field, when I first got my cosmetology license, I started off, don't get me wrong, I don't have a problem with design essentials at all. When I first got my cosmetology license, I was on that too. I'm like, oh, I'm a Black hairstylist, so I got to use Black hair products. But then I was like, okay, design essentials, that's nice. And Loren and a whole bunch of other, like Shea Moisture. Y'all know all of the, not Shea Moisture, Lord. Mazzani, all of them, right? ISO Plus, all of them. So at first I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna use all of these good, hot 6 oil, all that. But then doing hair in Las Vegas, Nevada is a melting pot, and I have clients of all races. I started working in a salon that was predominantly not Black. Okay, I was one of the only Black women there, and when I would try their products, they would be like, oh my God, that one has so much oil in it. Just try this. And when I tried it, I never went back. That's why I use Kimber and stuff like that. I've tried both. But see, the thing is, Team Natural has been going on for like the past over a decade. So the last comment that we just read, she's only 21. So 12 years ago, she was not nowhere near grown, nowhere near it. So all she knows is Team Natural, which has been ran by women who are in competition for your attention, for your money. You just heard one of the people that they pay say it. I've been saying it for years. That's why every time a YouTuber makes a video go viral, they have a product to match it because they're working directly with the fucking YouTubers. That's why everybody here falling out at the same time, because y'all all been following the same stupid stuff. When she made up the product, she also made up a way to use it. So y'all all stop listening to professional cosmetologists that tell you to stop oil and butter and greasing the scalp. Oh, well, my mama and my grandma did it. Well, guess what? Your mama and your grandma did a lot of things that you shouldn't repeat today. Let's keep it 100. Why are we acting like everything that our parents did before is something that we should now repeat today in 2024? Why are we doing that? Let's look at the reality of what it is, which is Black women have been bamboozled. Willingly. Nobody manipulated anybody into anything. You just heard her say it out of her own mouth. They would be making videos 3-4 times a week. Why? Because they were getting paid. Guap. not a little bit of money. Mind you, the checks bounce. And did you notice everybody stopped using Team Natural products at the same time? Y'all think that is because the products stopped working? No, it's because they stopped getting paid. Stop playing with me. I've been saying it forever. But when I say it, I'm a hater. I've been telling y'all this forever. Forever. That's what it is. It's always been about money, nothing else. It's never been about anything else but money. But it's so hard for people to hear that.
One friend that always tells you the truth, that never beats around the bush, never walks on eggshells, that hurts your feelings sometimes, he's not the asshole. All your other friends that sit idly by while you destroy yourself and tell you that you're just fine the way you are, they're the assholes. The best friends you can have in the world are the ones that don't care what you want to hear. They only tell you what you need to hear, and they'll keep it 100% real always. The friends that you hate the most in the short term are going to be the ones that you love the most in the long term, because they have your best interest in mind. They want to see you fulfill your potential and be what they know you can be.
At the end of the day, right? Even if I sound intense to some people, whatever, I'm a passionate person and I hate repeating myself. And I've been repeating myself for over a decade now. And it's a beautiful thing that is now coming out. It's not a beautiful thing that is coming out with y'all hair. But at the end of the day, cosmetologists like me have been saying it forever. Forever. And the thing is, I'm going to have a video coming really soon. Y'all, all, at the same time that y'all said cosmetologists and professionals don't matter, y'all also said, that certain products and following certain products don't matter. Y'all also said that a cosmetology license don't matter because YouTubers are better than cosmetologists. So y'all don't even like hair salons. So guess what? Everybody started doing hair with no licenses. So now in 2024, y'all are all blaming little BS cosmetologists, BS hairstylists, or hairstylists that aren't legally operating for y'all's selection, because y'all have made the playing in hair the stamp of approval. The gold standard has not been science. The gold standard has been these women. All of these different products, all of these different Team Natural products that y'all are always toting and talking about, they've all been playing y'all from jump. They all talk, they all know each other. Most of them are friends. Like, girl, you can get some of it too. All you gotta do is tell them XYZ, the process that I gave y'all in that video, that I talked about why Black women are the easiest to manipulate. They just did that little plan, and baby, it's like nothing ever happened. Y'all fall for it every time. And then they know they're not going to get caught until after they already got all of the money that they want, because y'all not going to listen to people like me. You going to argue with people like me. I'm a hater. Because y'all are confused. Y'all think that the person that's all in y'all face and the loudest and the one that's showing the glitz and the glamour is the one that you should trust. That's the one that's trying to distract you. You should be listening to the one that's just like, girl, don't do that. The one that doesn't care if whether or not people like them or not. Before I started speaking out against the Team Natural community, every video on my channel was over 100,000 views. When I started speaking out against the Team Natural community and all of that, because they're the ones who make the money, just like as you watching this video, there'll probably be a Team Natural fucking ad that's gonna play across the video because they run the market. It is what it is. I don't give a shit. I could have joined in just like everybody else. You think they didn't offer me checks? You think none of the Team Natural people offer me checks? You think they don't hit me up? You think they don't? I just don't want anything to do with it. So I really hope that this was eye-opening. I just wanted to have this little conversation, this little chit-chatter, baby, because I think that people are so confused. You think that everything is as it appears, and my baby, it is not. They are playing in your face. They've always been playing directly in your face. And you've allowed them to experience Trump's memorization every single time. And the women that y'all have been listening to have memorized shit that they've read online. Camille Rose, all of these damn people, all of these, I didn't mean to say Camille Rose, what's but I mean, her too, them too. But the chick that we talk about today, what's her name? Rochelle, Mielle Organics. I did my research, some of my scientific background. Do you understand how wide and vast the field of science is? And my love of beauty and the scientific compound and the scientific structure of the scalp are not the same thing. When we're talking about beauty, I'm talking about vanity metrics. I'm talking about makeup. I'm talking about ponytail holders, scarves, hats. That's beauty. This is the science of the human body. When we're talking about cosmetology, it goes cosmetologist, trichologist, dermatology. I'm sorry. It goes trichologist, hairstylist. I'm sorry. It goes hairstylist because in some states, like in the state of Nevada, a hairstylist license and a cosmetology license are two completely different licenses. If you want to know more about that, check the video in the description box. But in the state of Nevada, or just in general, is hairstylist, cosmetologist, oh my God, hairstylist, trichologist, cosmetologist, dermatologist. Most people think that a cosmetologist is lower on the spectrum than a trichologist. No, ma'am. If a trichologist knows more, the only thing that the trichologist knows more about is scalp and follicle infections and how to diagnose them. That's what a trichologist does. I should know because I am one as well. But there are things that I learned in trichology school that I did not learn in cosmetology school, and vice versa. There are things in trichology school that they have no idea about as it pertains to trichology. Like, a trichologist can't take your hair from black to platinum blonde. She doesn't learn anything about that. Absolutely not. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, no ham. Now, if a cosmetologist is a trichologist, she can do that. But as a trichologist, you are not licensed to like style people's hair. You can't automatically do what a cosmetologist do or a hairstylist do because you got a license as a trichologist. You can't even do everything a licensed hairstylist can do as a trichologist. These are the things that we have to understand. But for the longest time, nobody's even cared about the science of hair to even remotely learn anything about them, or enough to actually search for a cosmetologist the way that you do search for a dermatologist. Because the cosmetologist, the hairstylist job is exactly what it sounds like, to give you cute hairstyles. The trichologist job is to target any type of scalp inflammation. So let's say you like, oh my God, my scalp is burning and itching and peeling and I don't know why. You go see your trichologist for that. Your trichologist can look at your scalp, tell you exactly what's there, give you a diagnosis, give you a treatment, make some suggestions for you to change your patterns, then boom. A cosmetologist is going to be the one you say, okay, I want my hair this color. Okay, no problem. I don't want you to bust down your cuticle or nothing like that. I will open the cuticle, remove pigment from your cortex, put artificial pigment back in, seal it up, strengthen the epicutical layer, and keep it going. And then I'll give you a maintenance pattern, a maintenance routine, and the cosmetologist makes sure that everything that the trichologist has told you about your scalp health, everything stays balanced. The dermatologist's job is, if you didn't listen to the trichologist or the cosmetologist, or you didn't have one, and now you have a scalp infection that is way beyond that, then you go see a dermatologist. A dermatologist don't do your hair. No. And you're going to look, if you want to see how your hair looks under an electron microscope, then you're going to go see your trichologist for that. Your dermatologist is not doing that in the office. Your dermatologist is going to have their nurse take your blood, take your urine sample. You're going to fill out a questionnaire. They're going to take your blood pressure and all of that. They're going to run tests, give you a diagnosis, and then prescribe you a medication to treat it. That's how it go. That's the dermatologist's job. And then as the cosmetologist, when the dermatologist gives you a treatment, you're supposed to come to me and say, hey, this is what the dermatologist told me. Can we do hairstyles that are linked up to this? But see, what's been happening is none of that that's been able to work, because every dermatologist that hasn't fell into the team natural thing, the first thing they're going to tell you is nothing goes on your scalp but shampoo. But y'all been oiling, buttering, and greasing y'all scalp up on a regular basis. Every dermatologist that I've ever worked with tells me that the one thing, if Black women would just stop leaving their hair wet and packing it full of oils and butters, all of their scalp inflammation will go away and their hair will grow longer than it's ever grown before, ever. But we don't listen. So I really hope that this video was a little eye-opening to you. We're going to get back to my regularly scheduled programming soon, but I really just wanted to get past all of these things, so that way moving forward it'll be very, very easy and very simplistic for us to have these conversations. Right, in the next video, don't worry about what the next video gonna be, just make sure that your post notifications are on. Make sure you here on the channel, baby, because it ain't nothing to it but to do it. And always remember that experience is going to beat memorization every single time. And y'all have to learn the difference between the people who actually know what they're talking about and the people who are literally just memorizing things as they go.
Trust that exactly where you are is where you're meant to be. So keep your chin up, so your crown doesn't fall. Remember, you're royalty.